Hello, everyone. My name is Isaac, and today I'm going to be talking to you about accountability. But before we get into it, what is accountability? Well, in the English dictionary, accountability is defined as the fact or condition of being accountable and responsible. So they just used the exact word I'm trying to define in the definition. So how is that going to help you? Let me just give you an example. I actually find that I understand things more when I'm shown by action or by an example. If I can relate to it, I'll understand something a lot better. So dictionaries are not really the thing for me sometimes. So, and maybe that may be you. So the example I have for you is, say you have a circle of maybe a 5-person circle who those 5 specific people are people that you trust and you love and you know dearly, and you hold them dearly to you. And honestly, you don't even have to be that close with them, but you trust them enough to tell them your goals and your dreams, anything that you just want to get done. So the thing here in accountability, the time that accountability is used most is when someone is trying to hold you to do something, whether it's a goal, whether it's long-term or short-term. So you tell these 5 people in your group, say, hey, this is what I want to get done in 2 weeks or 2 years or however long. And these people, like I mentioned, they're trusted. You hold them dearly to you. You may not even know them, but here's the part I want to touch on. These people every single day or weekly or monthly or yearly, they'll come up to you or they'll shoot you a text or they'll send you an email or write you a hand letter. It doesn't matter what it is. They'll ask you, what have you done this week, this month, or today that is moving you forward towards your goal? Because I remember, well, if you want to write a book, I can tell you one thing. It's easy to say you're going to do it and start it, but it's a lot harder in the long run to finish it. It's easy to start a race and not finish it. Have you seen the people in the 5K runs or however long they go running so many miles or whatever, and then they stop halfway? You see, the thing is that we all have our own race to run, but it's easy to start something and stop something. So the example I'm trying to get to is that those 5 people that you're entrusting with your goals, they're going to hold you accountable. They're going to hold you to it. And they say, hey, what have you done today? Or what are you doing today that's going to bring you one step closer to your goal? That's kind of what accountability is. And going back to the definition, hoping that it makes a little bit more sense, the fact or condition of being accountable, that didn't help much, or responsibility. So their lack of accountability has corroded public respect. Okay, not helping much, but I hope my example helped you more than the dictionary did. So I left off a piece of what I'm going to talk about. I'm also going to be talking about self-discipline. So accountability and self-discipline. So what is self-discipline in the English dictionary? Well, the act to control one's feelings and overcome one's weaknesses, the ability to pursue what one thinks is right, despite temptations to abandon it. So the first thing that comes to mind when I think of self-discipline is waking up early in the morning to do something, whether it's going to school, waking up at 5 in the morning, waking up at 4:30 in the morning to go to the gym, waking up at 6 in the morning to go have breakfast or wake up your other sibling who is a hard, heavy sleeper, who doesn't use alarms, or whatever you think. Or the example I gave you earlier, starting a book, the self-discipline to stop what you're doing. If it's not helping you, like playing games, you've been playing for enough time, self-discipline's got to kick in. It's time to go finish that book. Self-discipline is not an easy task. So can I ask you something? Can you hold me accountable right now? I have a few goals. I have a few things that I want to work on to better improve myself, pretty much just self-improvement, whether it's spiritually, physically, or mentally, whether it's hitting the gym every single day, definitely not me, whether it's reading 5 books a week, definitely not me. Well, it doesn't matter what it is, but my ask is that, can you hold me accountable? So the things I want to improve on is courage to share my faith, pretty much just what's in my heart. You know, because I love Jesus and Jesus is the Lord of my life. And I want to go and share to the people who are lost. As it says in the Bible, Jesus has not come for the righteous, but he has come for the sinners. Jesus came down on earth to come for the lost. He came and searched for us. So I want to have more courage to share my faith with others. So how do I do that? Well, I know one thing, I got to first build my confidence, also build my courage, build my character, pretty much leading by examples that others can see it before they hear it from my lips. So that's pretty much the first thing that I want to prove upon, pretty much just stepping out of my comfort zone to share my faith with others. Pretty much what I'm doing now, but in person, you know what I mean? So another thing is to work more efficiently. I found that when I'm doing school assignments, when I'm at school, I work on it pretty fast, but when I get home, I got like 7 hours until I gotta go sleep. You know what? I'm gonna spend 2 hours on this essay, spend about 2 more on this reading assignment. You know, I spend too much time on one thing when I have other things, tasks I have to get done in a day. So there are things I gotta do. So another thing is to want to read more. As I mentioned, 5 books a week is not it for me. I'm still trying to finish my driving book. So you're seeing how that's going. So pretty much just for now, it's courage to share my faith, work more efficiently on tasks, and to want to read more, whether that's my devotion, driving book. I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing really good on my devotion. So I've been doing it daily, and I've been doing it daily for, I won't spoil to you how long I've been doing it, but it's been really good. And I've been doing consistently and daily. So my devotion is something I hold dearly to my heart. So that's spending time with God. So, and reading for fun. You know, sometimes I always tell my sister, hey, go pick up a book and read it. It's a lot easier to say to others than for me to do it. So instead of me just telling her, let me show her. Instead of sitting on my phone all day, instead of watching TV all day, instead of doing other things that I shouldn't be doing, I can instead lead her by example instead of leading her with my words. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So how can I better sync with what I'm doing? You see, it's really hard to start something, but to finish it, for me, when I start something, when I get in the groove of it, it starts to become fun. Whatever it is, it doesn't even matter what it is. So how I can better sync with what I'm doing is to use my surroundings to remind myself. So what does that mean? Well, if you have a calendar, first of all, let me pause on that. If you have a calendar, take use of it, because that's another thing for holding somebody accountable. Hey, you forgot, we're talking about accountability here. So if someone wants to be held accountable, mark it on the calendar. Say, hey, text Jocelyn, text Robbie, text Jacob today and ask them, hey, what have you done today that can move you closer to your goal? Use your calendar, use your surroundings to remind yourself. A calendar is so important. So going back to self-discipline, how can you better sync with what you're doing, whatever task it is, whether it's doing the dishes? I found that listening to music, it's so good. Because I don't know if it's scientifically proven, but I found personally that when I listen to music, I tend to do whatever I'm doing on beat. So if I'm washing a dish, and I'll keep on going. But of course, the stopping, you know, depending on the kind of music, if it's like a slow dance or whatever, it's like I think you get the gist here. So pretty much just listening to music, I found that it stimulates your brain and it helps you to work more efficiently because you're doing whatever the task is on beat. And also it relaxes your brain a little bit. Yeah. So I have a question for you. What is one way you will improve your self-discipline and accountability, whether it's with your trusted 5 friends, trusted 10 friends, it doesn't matter, with your trusted group after this? Not after today, not next week, not next month, but after this. And whatever this is for you, after this. For one, it's apply. Immediately do it right away. Take action. Do it now. Have you ever heard John Maxwell wrote this amazing book? I can't quote which book it is from, but there's this quote he made, and it's whenever he doesn't want to do a task, he says, do it now, do it now, do it now, do it now, 50 times until he finally finds that just self-discipline to get up and do it. Self-discipline, do it now, do it now, do it now, do it now, until he finally is like, okay, fine, you beat me, but it's yourself. So do it now, do it now, do it now, 50 times until you get up and actually do it. Sometimes you gotta say it verbally to do it physically. So what have we gone over? We've gone over accountability, what it is. Do you have a group? For me, it's usually about 5 people or less, or 10 people or less, but I have an amazing community at my church, my youth and my youth pastor, who I know I can trust dearly. So I have abundantly. God has blessed me abundantly with trusted friends and family. And I hope God will do the same for you. But for your accountability, who are those 5 people you can trust? At least 5, even if it's just one person. That one person, they'll hold you accountable so well, because they'll know, hey, you chose me out of everybody on your friends list, out of everybody on your contact list. You said, hey, I want you to hold me accountable to this. And you're the only one who knows about this goal, the only one who knows about this dream I have. They'd be like, hey, I'm honored. Let's do it. Every single day. What have you done today to move you one step closer to your dream or your goal? So think about it. So we've gone over accountability, what it means, what accountability means, not the English dictionary definition. That did not help us much, but the example. So accountability example, who are your 5 people, and self-discipline. What is self-discipline and how you can hold me accountable? I give you permission, guys. Hold me accountable to my goals. I want to have courage to share my faith, work more efficiently, and want to read more, whether it's devotion, driving book, or read for fun. And by the time you see this video, I'll probably have finished it, because I plan on finishing it by tomorrow, and because my test is on Saturday, so I have to ace this test by God's grace. So I really hope this video found you well, this recording, and I pray that God speaks to you. Even in this may be about leadership, but I want everything that I do to be glorified in God's kingdom. So I pray that speak a blessing upon you guys in the name of Jesus. Come, Holy Spirit. Thank you guys for staying tuned all the way through. Sometimes I get tuned out when you watch those TED Talk videos, you're like, just fall asleep so quickly. But when you're watching those interesting gaming videos, when you're watching the TV show on Netflix, you're like, man, this is getting good. You start yelling, woo! But then when it comes to them TED Talks, you start to fall asleep. So I hope that wasn't you today. I hope this was one of those nice Netflix and chill videos. No, I'm kidding. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this recording, and I hope it finds you well. God bless you guys, and you have a fantastic rest of the day. Peace.